Hey everyone, Aaron from SEGA here with a special first look at Green Hill Zone Act 2 in Sonic Mania. In this video, I'll be adding some commentary over the gameplay, but if you prefer to watch the footage without it, you can click the annotation right there. Alright, if you're still here, thanks for joining. Today, we're going to start with a fast run of Green Hill Zone Act 1 and then roll right into Act 2 to demonstrate how the transition works between levels. I've got someone from SEGA playing as Sonic, but if you have a second controller, you can also activate what we call 1.5 player mode to control Tails. It works just like it did in Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, so if you have a younger sibling or a friend you want to play with, it's a pretty fun mode. Now, if you don't know much about Sonic Mania, here's all you need. Sonic Mania is a new 2D pixel adventure featuring Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, all of whom are playable, and it's being created by indie devs in partnership with SEGA. These are people like Christian Whitehead, Simon Tomley, PagodaWest, and musician T. Lopes. This is important because you can probably count on one hand the number of times a game publisher has trusted indie teams with their flagship franchise. But the passion and love that these guys have for Sonic, having grown up playing it like I have and like probably a lot of you watching have, it really shows through in every facet of the game's quality. If anyone can do it right, it's these guys. The game itself feels like an evolution of Sonic on the Sega Genesis, or the Mega Drive, depending on where you live in the world. It features reimagined classics like Green Hill Zone here, as well as brand new levels built from the ground up, like the previously mentioned Studiopolis Zone. Here in Green Hill Zone, even in Act 1, much is new and different. There are new upper and lower routes through the level, special item boxes that didn't show up until far later games. Of course, Tails was also never originally in Green Hill Zone. If you've played Sonic 3 or Sonic & Knuckles, you may remember a very specific change that those games made to level progression, and that was the transition between acts. At the end of Act 1, instead of fading the screen to black, those games would have the player immediately pick up where they left off, going straight into Act 2 in an effort to keep the action and momentum going. The dev team for Sonic Mania wanted to include this, and right here, as we begin Green Hill Zone 2, you'll see it begins in the caverns underneath Green Hill, and then introduces a new mechanic for Act 2, the zip line. As we hit the spring and burst out of the ground to fresh air, a new background awaits us. The beautiful vistas, waterfalls, and mountains that were distant in Act 1 are suddenly much closer, and all that you're seeing here, almost every piece of this act, is entirely new. Some of what you're seeing here is actually a reference to an early prototype from Green Hill Zone that was seen before Sonic 1 was finished with development. Our devs, being the team they are, of course, wanted to include some little Easter eggs from the cutting room floor that never made the first Green Hill Zone, and they have. Act 2 continues the tropical theme of Green Hill, but also adds in pools of water along the lower route and includes a new interactive part of the level for players. If you get a fire shield and can hang on to it long enough amidst the water and the enemies, you can use it to burn the spiked log bridges from the original Green Hill Zone, allowing you to access secret areas and collect special rewards, and we're going to demonstrate that right here. Now, using Tails, we could fly up to the higher areas of this map, or as Knuckles, we could glide and climb up there using his fists. But as Sonic, momentum and jumps are key. Though it's important to remember that Sonic has a brand new ability called the Drop Dash, which allows him to spin dash as soon as he hits the ground following a jump, and as long as he doesn't have a shield already active when you're trying to use it. Now, Green Hill Zone 2 builds upon the foundation of Act 1 in a brand new way, and it features a new boss that we won't be showing off today, but we may later. We also just revealed new enemies, known as the Hard-Boiled Heavies, along with a concept art for one of them, and he's known as the Heavy Gunner. He's just one among a number of new bosses that the team is building in order to make every part of this game a fresh experience for fans. One of the other new elements of Sonic Mania is the frame rate, and you've probably noticed it from the gameplay footage you're looking at here, or maybe you've heard us talk about it in other interviews. The original Sonic games on the Genesis and Mega Drive used to run at 30 frames per second. Sonic Mania, all the way through, is designed to run at 60 frames, so when you hit spikes like that, the rings fly out in beautiful fashion. And there's actually a new effect there too, where if you have enough rings, they'll fly out towards the screen. It's a nice little touch. A lot of people have been asking us about special stages, and maybe you've seen some little things that might hint at their existence or how we intend to put them in the levels. You'll want to stay tuned for more news on that as we get a little further. Here's an example of one of the water pools that exists in Green Hill Zone Act 2. Oh no, Tails! It's important to remember, too, that the second player who is helping you out as Tails in a mode like that can choose to drop you onto spikes if they're really mean, so, just be careful. We hope you guys look forward to facing all of the new bosses, including the one that comes up right ahead but we're not going to show today, in action when Sonic Mania releases later this year on PS4, PC, Xbox One, and, as we recently announced, on the Nintendo Switch. Thanks for watching, and let us know in the comments below what you thought. We look forward to seeing you guys at South by Southwest or on their live stream on March 16th for the next set of Sonic Mania news.